Good morning, everybody. My name is Harnoor, and I'm a student of BCom SAM4 K1 section of Hansraj Mahila Mahavidyalaya Jalandhar. And I'm gonna speak on the topic stock market. But before that, I would like to express my gratitude towards our respected principal, Professor Dr. Mrs. Ajay Sareen, for giving me this opportunity. And also, I would like to thank my teacher in charge, Mrs. Binu Gupta, for her guidance and support. So, let's begin with the presentation. Are the contents that we are going to discuss in this presentation. Firstly, let's start with the meaning of stock market. So, stock market is a place where shares of listed companies are traded. Mark my words, I said listed companies. That means a company should be listed with stock exchanges, that is NSE or BSE, in order to sell their shares in the stock market. If they are not listed, then they cannot sell their shares in the stock market. So basically, stock market is a meeting place of stock buyers and sellers. Nowadays, due to internet and technology, there is no need to be physically present in stock exchanges for buying and selling of shares. Moving ahead, there are two terms. First is primary market. It is that market where securities are created. In this, companies sell their stocks and bonds to the public in an IPO to raise capital. Once new securities have been traded in primary market, they are traded in secondary market where one investor buys from another investor at the prevailing market price or whatever price both buyer and seller agree upon. So now, why to invest in the stock market rather than the banks? So firstly, in banks, let's say in fixed deposit, we get interest at a fixed rate. It means that this interest rate is not going to rise throughout the period of your fixed deposit. So there is basically no hope of gaining more in future. But in stock market, we get dividend, which fluctuates according to market demand and supply. If demand increase, share price will increase, and of course, rate of dividend may also increase. Secondly, the interest that we get in banks is taxable, whereas dividend that we get in stock market is tax-free. Up to 10 lakh and above 10 lakh, it is taxable at the rate of 10%. Thirdly, the investment in banks is less risky, so less profitable, whereas investment in stock market is more risky but more profitable too. So one should invest in stock market rather than banks, because in stock market there is high profitability in long term than banks. Moving further, so most of us always think like that that stock market is always risky. Stock market, is that so? Is really stock market risky? I don't think so. Stock market can be risky, but only in short term. But in long term, it is not risky at all. So to understand this better, have a look at a graph. See, there are fluctuations in short term. That means there is risk in short term. As one day the price is high, the next day it may fall. So certainly there is risk in short term. But now have a look from 1988 to 2020. In all over the graph is rising only. This means that in long term there is no risk. If someone would have invested some money in stock market, let's say in 2004, and sell his shares in 2020, that means after 16 years, he is surely gonna gain. So in long term, there is no risk. Now let's talk about the working hours of stock market. Normal trading hours of stock market is 9:15 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. You can buy or sell shares in this time period only. But there is a pre-opening market session also, which is a 15-minute session from 9 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. to absorb heavy fluctuations in the market and to give us a smooth market trend. But this session is also further divided like this. In the first 7 minutes, orders are placed. In the next 4 minutes, buy and sell orders are matched. And in the last 4 minutes, the market trend is being found. After this, there is normal trading hours from 9:15 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The actual execution of orders takes place in this time period only. Then from 3:30 p.m. to 3:40 p.m., closing price is being calculated. After this, there comes a post-closing session, which is of 20 minutes from 3:40 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is not meant for us. This is basically for brokers. And after that, there is aftermarket hours from 4 p.m. to 9 a.m. in which aftermarket orders are placed. But of course, they are going to get executed in the next morning at 9:15 only. Here I have taken the example of L&T Limited. This 1013.15, which is written in red, is the closing price as on March 12th Previous close was 1116.95 and the opening price on 12th March was 1070. This opening price and the previous closing price are not matching because of aftermarket orders which have brought a change in the share price of this company. Secondary market consists of stock exchange, broker, investors, issuers, depositories and DPs and regulator. Now we are going to discuss about each one of them one by one. So let's start with stock exchange. Stock exchange is an institution which provides platform for investors to buy and sell securities from each other. There are total 21 stock exchanges in India, with NSE and BSE being the largest, as we all know. Further, there is one more stock exchange which does not deal in shares. This is MCX, Multi Commodity Exchange. It deals in buying and selling of goods, like for example gold. Now we are going to discuss about some of the functions of stock exchange. Firstly, it provides liquidity and marketability of securities by creating a continuous market where securities are bought and sold. Secondly, it helps in pricing of securities also, as share prices are determined by forces of demand and supply. Further, it ensures safety of transactions also, as its ceilings are well defined according to existing legal framework. Further, it contributes to economic growth also, as all the savings gets channelized into their most productive investment avenues. It has also helped in spreading of equity culture among people, and also it provides scope of speculation within the provisions of law in a controlled manner. So now moving to members of stock exchange. Brokers are the members of stock exchange. You cannot go and trade in stock market on your own. You have to appoint a broker who are specially given license to participate in securities on behalf of clients. So brokers acts as an agent for buyers and sellers and charges commission for the same. So now investor. Who is the investor? In simple words, any person or entity who invests money with the expectation of receiving financial returns is known as investor. Investor can be further categorized into 4 types. First of all, there is RII, retail individual investors. Note the word individual, that means one person only. In simple words, this includes people like you and me. Basically, it is an investor who applies for shares in IPO for value of less than or equal to 2 lakh. If this individual investor applies for shares in IPO for more than 2 lakh, then it is considered as HNI or high net worth individual. Then there comes domestic institutional investor. Those institutional investors who invest in securities of domestic country are known as DIIs. For example, banks, mutual funds, insurance companies, etc. Then there is foreign institutional investors, FII. Those institutional investors who invest in securities of foreign countries. Moving ahead to issuer. Issuer are companies and other entities that seek admission for their securities to be listed on the stock exchange. For example, Patanjali, SBI, Reliance, MRF, L&T Limited, these all are issuer companies. Before proceeding further to the next component of secondary market, we have to discuss some of the terms related to stock market. And one of them is dematerialization. Dematerialization refers to the conversion of share certificates from physical form to the electronic form. This is mainly done to eliminate problems like theft, fake transfers, transfer delays, paperwork associated with share certificates, etc. For this, the investor has to open a demat account with the depository, that is NSDL or CDSL, that we are going to discuss about them in the next slide. SEBI has made it mandatory for the settlement procedures to take place in demat form. Holding shares in demat form is very convenient, as it is just like a bank account. The most significant advantage of demat form is faster clearing. Earlier, settlement took T plus 30 days. Now, due to this demat form by depositories, it is T plus 2 days, which is quite fast than earlier. Moving further to the next component of secondary market, that is depositories and DPs. So what is depository? In simple words, depository is a place where financial securities are held in demat form. The main role of depositories is to convert the physical shares into electronic form or demat form. There are two depositories in India. First one is NSDL, National Securities Depositories Limited, and second one is CDSL, Central Depository Services Limited, who are responsible for maintenance of ownership records and facilitation of securities in demat form. Now, who is DP or depository participant? These are basically the agents of depositories. These are intermediaries between the depository and the investor. So what I'm trying to say is that the investor cannot directly approach the depositories. They have to approach DP, who opens their account with these depositories. We are going to discuss about the steps that are involved in the process of dematerialization of physical shares. Firstly, beneficiary owner has to open a demat account with the DP and obtain an account number. BO needs to fill a demat request form and submit the same with the physical certificates of shares with DP. For each ISIN, a separate DRF has to be used. DP verify that the DRF has been filled correctly. DP would set up a demat request to CDSL or NSDL and send the same to the company and registrar and transfer agent. RTA verify the genuineness of certificates and confirms the request. Once the request has been successfully made, DP would deface the physical certificates and generate a DRN and sends an electronic communication to depository and courier the share certificates and DRF to the company. On receiving confirmation, depository will transfer an equivalent number of securities in demat account of BO. How does demat account works? Firstly, when a buy order is placed, funds are allocated from bank account to the trading account. Then the order is placed in stock exchange. Then trade gets confirmed and shares are credited to demat account within 2 exchange working days. And when a sell order is placed, shares are allocated from the demat account, then sell order is placed, then trade gets confirmed and amount gets credited to bank account within 2 working days. Steps in trading and settlement procedure. The first step is to select a broker who will buy or sell securities on behalf of investor or speculator. Then there is opening of a demat account with the depository participant for holding and transferring securities in demat form. He will also have to open a bank account for cash transactions in securities market. After opening demat account, the investor can place the order. The order can be placed to the broker either personally or through email, etc. Investor must specify the order very clearly, specifying the range of price at which the securities can be bought or sold. As per the instructions of investor, the broker executes the order, that is, he buys or sells the securities and prepares a contract note for the order executed. And at last, there occurs settlement, which means actual transfer of securities. These can be 2 types of settlements. First is on-the-spot settlement. It means settlement is done immediately and this follows T+2 rolling settlement. Second is forward settlement. It means settlement will take place at some future date. It can be T+5, T+7, etc. Cycle in Indian Stock Exchange. This includes trading, clearing, settlement. Firstly, trading. Trading is the process of buying the securities of a company. The investor takes the decision of investing in a particular company based on its past performance and future potentials. Trading is said to have happened when the investor has confirmed the order and the money has been debited from his or her account towards the shares of the company. Clearing. Clearing is the process by which an organization acts as a link between the buyer and the seller to ensure a smooth transaction of money and the shares. Clearing is necessary to match the buy and sell orders from each other. There are separate clearing houses for NSE and BSE. For NSE, there is NSCCL, National Securities Clearing Corporation Limited, and for BSE, there is Indian Clearing Corporation Limited, ICCL. Settlement. When the demat of the investor is credited with the shares he or she has bought, or the bank account is credited with the money that they have earned on selling the shares, the settlement is said to have occurred. Trade takes place on a particular day, say T-day, and is settled after 2 business days after the trading day, that is T+2 days. Moving to the last component of secondary market, Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. SEBI is the regulatory authority established under SEBI Act 1992 and is the principal regulator of stock exchanges in India. Its headquarters are in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Role of SEBI. To the investors, it provides protection of their rights and interests through adequate and accurate disclosure of information on continuous basis. To the issuers, it provides a marketplace in order to raise finances they need in an easy, fair, and efficient manner. To the intermediaries, it offers a competitive, professionalized market with efficient infrastructure so that they are able to render better service to the investors and issuers. Following are some of the functions which are performed by SEBI. It protects the interests of investors in stock market. It promotes the development of security market. It regulates the business in stock exchanges, registration of brokers and sub-brokers and other players in the market. It controls insider trading and imposing penalties for such practices. It conducts research and publishing information useful to the market participants. It regulates takeover bids by the companies. It promotes fair practices and code of conduct in securities market. Now, finally, at last, I would like to say that stock market is risky but in short term, but if due care is taken about market fluctuations, then risk can be reduced and huge profits can be earned. We all should act as smart investors and should invest in stock market. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient, is also said by Warren Buffett. Thank you.